Now, as we have already seen the prime factors of a number, right? So we did the prime factorization of, for example, number 24, and we created various factor trees for it. So for 24, we were able to create these 3 factor trees. But one of the things that we actually noticed was that the prime factors, the leaf nodes of this, all of these factor trees are always the same. So no matter what factor tree we draw, what path we follow, we end up having these 4 prime factors in all of these cases. So 24, when we are dividing into its prime factors, we always get only these 4 numbers as answer. See, the order of these terms is not really important. By commutativity and associativity of multiplication, if I change the order, I am not changing anything, okay, in case of multiplication. But only the terms are important. So no matter how I divide 24 into its prime factors, I only get these 4 prime factors. And this is our fundamental theorem of arithmetic, which states that every integer which is greater than 1 either is a prime number itself. So either that number would itself be a prime number, or it could be factorized into the prime numbers, into product of prime numbers, but that factorization would be unique. There is only one factorization of a number into its prime factors. There is only one such factorization. So for example, if we take number 36, I can factorize it as into its prime factors only in this way. So this is these are the only prime factors. They are kind of a signature. Only 36 would have 2 2s and 2 3s as its prime factors. If I change the prime factors, my number would change. On the other side, if we say 36 would have only these prime factors, and these prime factors would only be there for 36. So the rule goes both ways, and that is what this fundamental theorem of arithmetic is actually stating. Now, there are a few things to note here. First thing is that we are saying that the number is uniquely divided into its prime factors. Only the prime factorization is actually unique. For example, if I were to divide 36 into not prime factors, okay, but in composite factors, for example, if I do 12 into 3, then this thing is actually not unique. Okay, so I can do it as 12 into 3, or I can do it as 4 into 9. So this factorization in composite terms is not unique. Only the factorization, if I do factorization of 36 in prime factors, that is unique. That is the first thing to note here. Second thing is that 1 is not a prime number, which is good. Because if 1 were a prime number, then this rule would not hold true. Why? Because I can always write, let's say 6. The prime factorization of 6 is 2 into 3. Now, if 1 were also a prime number, then we could write 2 into 3 into 1. Or we could have written 2 into 3 into 1 into 1. But fortunately for us, 1 is not a prime number, and therefore this fundamental theorem of arithmetic actually holds true. So it is important for this fundamental theorem of arithmetic that 1 not be considered a prime number at all, and indeed it is not. Okay, so 6 again has one unique prime factorization, and that is 2 into 3. No other number in this world can have the same prime factorization as 6, and only 6 can only be done, the prime factorization, only in one way. Okay, so very, very important fundamental theorem of arithmetic. You should do this by heart, okay, and keep it with you. It will be useful forever in number theory.